Welcome everybody to Dead Excelsior, the mostly Marvel podcast. I'm Ricky. With me is Dennis.
What's
This
up?
is episode 137.
You forgot to say the cool uncle, Dennis.
As our commenters point out, the cool Uncle Dennis.
I give wholesome vibes. Apparently,
Yeah.
that's official. The internet has said
I
I
don't.
give
I
wholesome
don't think
vibes.
people know you're my uncle. I feel like we've talked about it, but
No, but I think that's kind of cool that I give the cool
you just
uncle
give
vibes.
off uncle. Is it good that you give uncle vibes?
Hey,
Is that a
I'll
good
take
vibe?
all publicity is good publicity. You know what I mean? So
Well,
I'll take it.
I was trying to loop it in Deadpool. We're talking about Deadpool too.
Yeah,
It's
just so you know, you're out of focus on your camera.
yeah, out of focus, but not out of mind. Um, who do we have with us today? Friend of the show.
Hopefully, somebody more in focus than you are.
Yeah, hopefully. My camera's acting funky.
Yeah.
Four-time X-Men guest now?
Yes, it's gonna be the fourth time. Yeah.
Four-time X-Men guest, Travis.
Travis,
What
welcome back.
is up, gentlemen?
Here's the thing.
Am I in focus?
Oh, you're very much in focus. Yeah. I welcome back. I just I realized that Ricky and I didn't have a guest plan for the show, and I know in the past he has mentioned his dislike of this movie that we're going to talk about tonight, which is Deadpool 2. I'm putting that out there for everybody who wants to start getting active in the comments right away. But I know that when we were asking people like which shows they'd want to do, Travis, you were very excited about Deadpool and
Yes.
X2,
Yes.
and I think you joined us on accident for a bad movie as well. Apocalypse, right? Apocalypse.
Yes.
But I don't remember if you said Deadpool 2 as well, but I figured why not bring you back so that you could talk about the sequel to one of your favorite X-Men movies.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
When the chips are down, Travis is always down to clown X-Men.
For real.
Yes.
Look, I not many people know, but I just moved back down to San Diego, and I decided that if I'm going to buy down here, I really want to do a nice like theater experience, right? So I really went all out and got like a nice system, and so it's been really cool. Like
Watching
when you
these
say,
old
"Hey,
movies.
yeah," like when you like like which movies, and Deadpool, and it occurred to me, I only saw Deadpool 2 once.
Wow, really?
Wow.
And so I got to experience it like in my home in this badass home theater setting. And I remember actually saying to myself when I saw Deadpool 2, I was like, it was much better than I remembered.
Awesome. Well, we can get more into that later. So that was just a nice tease.
Yeah.
Because that's not how we
seasoning.
do. We like to talk about the spotlight later in the show, towards the end when we're running out of time and we're like, oh God, quick, get everything out there really fast. No, maybe we'll get there earlier this time because I don't think we have. We don't have an X-Men 97 episode this week.
No,
sadness. Last week they put out the making of. Did you happen to watch that?
Since
you said it was weird.
I loved it
because they haven't done right by my boy
it's
yet,
little
right?
Visionist history.
And so I feel like because I remember you telling me, yo, homeboy's like sort of missing, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not sure if I want to co-sign that then.
Yeah,
I'm not co-signing him either. I'm just gonna
look, at some point, Ricky, and because I work in entertainment, I have learned now that I have got to separate the art from the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I wouldn't like anything. You know what I'm saying? And look, like you might be weird as long as you ain't doing nothing illegal. Keep making them X-Men, baby.
Sometimes illegal is questionable too, right? Like I'm just saying there's certain things that are legal now that weren't legal 10 years ago.
Holla.
That's all. But no, I absolutely loved the making of. I just was pointing out the awkwardness of certain people missing from it. It wasn't just Bo DeMaio. Like some of the voice actors, the ones that played like Bishop and Morph and
The
Jubilee.
ones that they were changed, right?
They were some of the changed voices, yeah. But they had, they had some of the new voices as well. But like, it was kind of weird because like it was a celebration of the old show as well as the new show. But yeah, it wasn't as much a making of as I thought it'd be because it was mostly bringing back the old people, which Bo DeMaio did do, or he brought back the original producers of the old show to be consultants on this show, and that's part of the reason it's so good, is because it maintains that continuity throughout the whole thing. But regardless, since you weren't on the show, Travis, when we talked about the finale, I'm giving you your chance now to tell us how that season treated you.
I don't know if I've ever been as sort of emotionally vested in a non-anime sort of serial, like show as far as animated is concerned. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that more so than anything else. Like it definitely got me like thinking maybe I need to go check out these old episodes. I don't know still. So
they're not bad. They're just not
so
as
there's
good.
that. Yeah, and see that's the problem now. It's like, I've been to the mountaintop, so everything else seems like, I don't know if I want to ruin my, my experience. Like I said, it definitely got me hyped for next season. I mean, you've got this already discussed it, right? But like as soon as your boy Sabanor made an appearance, I was like, oh my god, right? Like I just knew it as soon as I saw the environment. I was like, he's coming. It's apocalypse. It's apocalypse. It's apocalypse. And then when it happened, that
and then it happened again in the post credits.
Yeah, maybe I wept a little bit, but like seriously, like honestly, like the metaphor I used last time, I still think holds true. They are just mainlining X-Men stories, right? To the point where it's like, if you know these stories, like, and for me, I haven't read those comics in years, right? And so it's almost like, oh, I remember this. And so it's like taking me to like this, like this teenage high, you know what I'm saying? Like in a way that I can't properly explain except to, fellow geeks probably. But, like that to me, once again, when we talked about like how if you're a nerd or a geek, especially, and you've just vested so much time in knowing these characters, knowing the storylines, when someone rewards your your patronage by giving you something like this, you got to show them love, man.
Yeah,
you got to. That's why, short of illegal, you better keep doing whatever that is.
I couldn't agree more. Here's the honest truth. I am not looking forward to whatever the next Marvel project is, because I'm going to, like, outside of Deadpool and Wolverine, because I'm going to
you know what that
compare it,
is.
because I'm going to compare it to this. You know what
You
I
don't
mean?
think
Like,
Agatha's going to be better than X-Men 97?
Agatha will be trash. All right. I'm just putting it out there right now. I'm just
Wow.
Aubrey Plaza. You love her.
I love Aubrey Plaza, but we are milking the wrong cow here. Okay. Like, why are we like, dude, I've never read an Agatha comic in my life because there's probably only a handful of them. Like that, I don't think they even Agatha doesn't get comic books. Like
they made us love the Guardians.
No, James Gunn made us love the Guardians. Okay,
Touche.
not they. All right, no, Agatha. Like, I'm not saying I dislike the actress. I do like her. I think she's great. I just don't give a shit about the Agatha show.
Until you do.
Sure. You can play supercuts of me saying that all for the whole summer long. But if you keep bringing up Agatha, I'm gonna keep shit talking it. All right. There's no excitement for Agatha. And I promise you, no matter how good Agatha ends up being, I dare you to compare it to season 1 of X-Men 97.
Challenge.
Yeah.
You should want it to be better, right?
Sure.
Nice kung fu right there. Like
that's not what I said though. I what I want and what I expect are two very different things.
Well,
I expect trash.
You're gonna get us engagement on Twitter with the wrong people. So.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, look, man, I try to be really open-minded about a lot of this stuff, the content that comes down the pipeline. I am zero excited for Agatha. All right, I'm just putting it out there. Zero.
We all watched Furiosa.
I loved Furiosa.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Oh. Did you like it better than Fury Road?
I need to see Fury Road again. I want to see Fury Road again.
I did not. I don't think it's possible for me to like it more than Fury Road, but I still loved it a lot. Like, I saw it in 40X, so it was a ride.
Me too.
Also.
Me too.
Yeah,
probably at the same theater.
You were probably like sitting there with me, and I didn't even know. It was awesome. Like, it was really fun. Like, that movie has like a chase sequence that is so long and involved and elaborate, and it's just it just reminds me of like the Fall Guy. Like, whenever you do like practical stunts in a movie, like the more practical effects there are, the more I'm in love with it, and so that movie just did so much
double down on their actors with disability. I feel like Immortan Joe takes care of his people. Also, Immortan Joe comes out pretty good in the movie.
I mean, it's the
he gets his face ripped off.
He's the lesser of two evils, is what it is, right? Like, that's
he looks like the most sane person in this whole damn movie.
he kind of does. That's kind of true. It's kind of true.
Which is it's cool. That's cool as shit. That like Chris Hemsworth's just like this psychopath that all these other psychopaths are like, man.
I never thought of it that way.
We gotta fuck up this guy.
The movie really does make you be like, hey, is Immortan Joe really that bad?
He had a good thing going. Like,
they're just eating people. That's all.
That's not the worst thing that could be going on.
Is that so bad?
That's a clip. That Opus is making that a clip. I'm just saying right now, that's happening. Cool uncle endorses cannibalism.
Yeah. I saw that movie with my dad and my sister, and the 2 hours of just loudness of what that movie is. My dad still managed to fall asleep. I was impressed. I was like, how?
That's pretty good. He's a sleepy guy. All right.
Sleepy guy.
No, it was a fantastic movie. I was so happy to see it. It was honestly, one of the top 3 movies I was excited about for the summer. Probably top 2. Like, I'm trying to be excited for Beetlejuice. Like, I think there's a lot of good things going for that movie, but I think it also has the potential.
That gives me Agatha vibes.
You clearly have not watched Beetlejuice in a while.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton
is the man. Period.
Yeah. Michael Keaton.
Full stop.
He sells.
I don't think I've seen Beetlejuice. I don't know if I can tell you what Beetlejuice is about. So.
Wow.
That's fair if you're a little kid when you watch it. That's fair. but if you
Yeah.
watch it as an adult,
I know they sing at the
Beetlejuice-
end.
Beetlejuice is great. It's a great movie.
Not just at the end. Dude.
By the way, we've said it way too many times. He's coming any minute now.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I want to be. I'm more excited for Beetlejuice than I am for Agatha by a mile. Okay, just putting that out there. But yeah, no. Mad Max and Deadpool and Wolverine were really kind of my only two real ones that I like, because there's a lot of interesting movies, a ton of sequels coming out this summer, but like it's hard for me to get excited about every sequel that gets made.
I think Romulus is on my list. The Alien
I know it
Romulus.
is.
Yeah.
I know it is.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, this is what I'm excited about as far as Romulus is concerned. Like, Alien was a horror movie. Aliens was an action movie, right? I mean, it's different genres. And I love the fact that this sort of blends it a little bit. It seems like it's a lot more horror, it seems like, than, because, that situation is terrifying when you think about it, right? And so
Yeah,
I'm really glad like they're embracing that, so
it's not Ridley Scott, correct?
No,
It is
it's
not. It is not.
Thank God.
I think it's a Latino
I think
director.
it's a
Actually.
Spanish
Yeah.
director. Yeah.
I can be interested in that one.
Were
It's
you
just-
guys pro Prey? Do we like Prey?
I love Prey.
I
think
actually thought Prey was pretty good.
Prey is an excellent movie. It's yeah. I think the other reason I love Prey is because I am a big fan of Predator 2. I really love the Danny Glover one. I just think it's an awesome movie. And I think it was cool that Prey,
They loop it back.
They loop it back to Predator 2. Yeah, and I thought that was cool. I think the Hollywood almost made the mistake of not understanding Predator the way that they understand Alien, and that when the success of that movie was noted, they were trying to figure out how to make a sequel with Arnold, and I was like, knowing that hurts my heart. Like, it just, like, no, Arnold is not, like, he is the star of the movie, but I mean, the name of the movie is Predator, man. If you want to make a sequel to this,
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I dislike any of the Predator movies.
See, that's where you're. That's where
there's plenty to hate.
There's a lot of bad ones.
I like Predators. What was the last one called after that one?
The one with Olivia Munn.
The autism one.
The Predator.
The Predator.
That movie is bad.
The action's pretty fine.
No.
I like AVP.
No.
For what they are.
Again, those movies, all the ones you're listing, they all use CG. And like the good ones didn't have to. Do you know what I mean? Like the best ones, it was practical effects. Same with the Alien movies too. Like the Aliens, that's practical effects all the way through. That queen is a giant puppet, and it is amazing.
Practical effects in Prometheus. Just saying.
There's a lot of not practical effects in Prometheus. All right, there's a lot of stupid ass scientists in that movie too. Like the worst scientists. Hey, there's a dick monster coming out of an egg. I'm gonna put my face in front of it. I'm sure nothing will happen. Like that is. I can't with that movie. It's so bad. That's why that movie has derailed my excitement of these Alien prequel movies. That's why I can't quite get excited for Romulus. But when you say that Ridley Scott's not involved, then I'm like, okay, now I'm more excited. So yeah.
Well, I think that's what we've been up to this week, right?
I guess. Yeah. We saw Mad Max. I'd throw it out there. The new season of Evil is back on Paramount Plus.
I've never watched Evil.
Oh, you need to watch that show.
Luke Cage show.
It is so good. It's
Luke Cage.
It's basically X-Files, but with the Catholic Church twist.
All right, I used to be an altar boy. I'm in.
No,
I used to be an altar boy. I'm in.
Then yeah, okay, then do it. It's it's an excellent show, and as much as I like as much as I like Mike Coulter in Luke Cage, I love him in Evil. Like he is so fantastic on that show. But it is sadly they're just I mean they're one of those shows that knows when they're at their peak. So this is their final season. That season 4 is when they're calling it a wrap, and I'm happy every week and sad at the same time because I gotta say bye to these characters. But highly recommend that show.
Still don't have Apple TV, right?
Nah, not right now. Why?
Sugar with Colin Farrell. Someone put me onto that show. I have not seen it, but I read it because that's how crazy this show sounds. So I was seeing if anyone else had watched it, because apparently no one's watching this show.
Not yet, but it's on my radar.
Watch Evil before that.
Okay. You know, it's funny because I always see like that presentation like in the turnstile, and I keep going, maybe I should, maybe
Is it CW?
No, it's Paramount.
No.
Paramount?
Yeah. What's cool is like the first 2 seasons were, I think it was a CBS show. And then eventually there's like, nah, you're a Paramount Plus show now.
Okay.
And all of a sudden the F-bombs just came out of left field. like suddenly the most F-bombs in a, well, not the most.
I'm picking up what you're putting down at this point. I'm in.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. Like,
yeah, I'm in.
It's good. Just tell me, tell me when you're watching that show.
Okay.
I love Evil so much.
Expeditiously.
Yes.
Clip that. Dennis loves Evil.
I do. Clip it.
Shocking.
Should we do some news?
Yeah, give us news. Or just let us sit here. That's another option.
You guys need to sit there for a second while I put this slides on.
Okay. Oh, okay. Got it. So I can try and tell you more about Evil while we're waiting for the slides.
Okay.
It's basically like Mike Coulter plays a black priest in the Catholic Church, and acknowledges all the complications that come with that.
Oh, right? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And he has a special gift that allows him to see visions that the church finds very interesting, right? And and basically they have put him in charge of investigating claims that people make, that may involve supernatural type things or demonic presences and stuff like that. So he's the guy that goes and vets things before they send somebody to do an exorcism or something like that, and to keep it legit so that it's not like, it's not it's an impartial situation. He puts together a crew. So he has like a Muslim guy that's complete. I don't even know actually if he's a practicing Muslim, but he's definitely not a Catholic. He's very into science, and he just totally goes into every situation, immediate disbelief. And then they get a third person at the beginning of the first episode that's a woman that is a psychologist that really just needs the money, and they bring her in. And so like it's a really cool group. It's not quite
how many seasons?
This is season 4 that they're doing.
Oh, see, I'm hyped now. I'm real hyped now because it's, you know what I'm saying? Because what you're describing is I'd be totally into that, right? And so the fact that they've actually made it to 4 seasons proves that there's something to the show.
But here's the craziest part of this show, though. Like, I still get scared when I watch it after 4 seasons. There are times where I'm like, is one of these characters gonna die right now? And I'm just like, and they keep me going for like 3 seasons. Like,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Like
that's high praise, because I know, both of us are pretty jaded, right? And so as far as entertainment is concerned, so when you're saying like they got you like that,
Evil
it must be something.
One of my favorite TV shows to watch. Like, and I got so happy when it came back last week. All right, Ricky, you got the slides ready?
I do.
This part of this episode was sponsored by Evil and Paramount Plus.
give us free subs.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn buckets.
Does this come in different sizes? Just asking for a friend.
This is just the Magnum one. This is
Yeah, I mean, you can get a shallower bucket.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Can
I just want to.
Can I put a fleshlight in there?
I just want to say something here. Deadpool marketing is so clutch. They really know their audience.
So
okay, and I have never really wanted to go to a movie, even Dune, just to get this popcorn.
Well, you're not going
you
just
want
to
this?
get it.
But what I'm saying is that is like the icing on the
You're
cake.
buying. What you're saying is you're definitely buying this Wolverine gaping mouth popcorn.
I'm gonna hold you
bucket.
to that. We're gonna check the popcorn.
Absolutely.
I kind of want it too. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of do.
There's no way you're gonna keep me from this.
Yeah, I kind of want to get two of them and then make them kiss. Make them kiss. Like,
of course.
Yeah. This could be your bread holder. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's so many different things you can do with this thing.
The cool part about this, though, honestly, is that this is the kind of stuff the theater should be doing, right? Like, like this is. I mean, basically, they're showing you how, like, now the names like. Come on, the big head things. What are they called? Oh my god,
bobbleheads, the Funkos.
No, the Funkos. Yeah. This is Funko all over again, right? I mean, it's taking like this universal sort of form and shaping it into something that
the
is
popcorn
somewhat
bucket game
collectible.
goes deep, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
The theme park popcorn bucket game on another level.
Yeah.
So bravo once again.
No, it's a fabulous looking open mouth Wolverine. I love it. It honestly looks more practical than the Dune bucket. To be
yes,
like the Dune bucket.
I mean, the Dune look more practical.
I think depends on what we're talking about. Are we talking about eating popcorn?
Maybe. No, if you're talking about doing the other thing, I want the Dune one.
Okay, cool. Have fun with that.
Yeah,
seems like it would chafe.
Yeah, it would chafe. It would chafe for sure. In fact, yes.
Well, it doesn't chafe.
What?
Marvel Rivals. This is the PC Overwatch style shooter that was announced earlier this year.
Yeah.
Today at PlayStation State of Play, the news is coming to PlayStation. Closed beta start in July, and then this game comes out, I think, at the end of the year.
Yeah, actually, they already did a beta like this past month.
They did a PC betas. Yep.
Yeah, PC beta. Yeah.
Does this pique your interest anymore now on the?
I actually tried to get a code just because I saw a lot of gameplay and stuff, and it looks all right. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I got tired of Overwatch pretty fast, but I think I'm always willing to try something if you slap the Marvel IP on it. And I like seeing that like a lot of the big Overwatch streamers like were gushing over this game because all the characters are just like basically reskins or mismatch or hodgepodge like combinations of existing Overwatch characters. And they said, like, I think one of the things I heard often was it's surprisingly better than you would think it would be, because they thought it was just going to be a clone and that's it, but it's actually a fun game. So
I saw a clip where Doctor Strange, he seems to have like Symmetra power where he make the portals.
I think we all saw this clip.
Yeah.
No.
Good.
Look, I must confess, like, I'm so busy making games that I don't know anything about this game.
It's Overwatch, but with Marvel characters.
I understand, but now I've been resisting like opening a window and finding out who the developer is.
But it's Netmarble. It's the same people who did Future Flight.
Okay.
The more important thing is it's Overwatch with Marvel in third person.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
Because so that you can actually see your characters and see your skins.
Yeah.
I always hated that about Overwatch, is that you're unlocking these awesome skins, and you only get to see them in the post battle screen. You know what I mean? Like it's
Hey, if
weird.
you could play the game, your skin looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just saying. Well, I mean, it's a different style of play, so you know this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I am more excited for this one than I was before. But just to recap what Ricky was trying to say earlier, Doctor Strange can open. It's like his ultimate move, but you can start the round off. He can open a portal at one place and then open it at another. And so what a lot of players were figuring out how to do is open a portal in front of the opponent's front door, and then another one pointing off the edge of the map. And so he was party wiping an entire like wave of players.
And you know what? Like anybody in QA would have found that in 5 seconds.
I know, but it's super cool looking.
I'll say this: the Spider-Man swinging looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
It's cool. It's an interesting selection of characters to start with. But it's a diverse representation of the whole Marvel universe. A lot of people are like, "Where the hell's Wolverine?" But I have faith that they're gonna trickle them out.
Yeah,
but the most important
probably come.
But the most important part, free to play.
Of course.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah. What else you got, Ricky?
Hopefully, these characters come into the game at some point, because they just got some new legends.
I mean,
I was in the reverse order, but
yeah, I wouldn't call this a new legend. I would call this Doctor Doom with a cloth cape, which is cool. It's cool. Yeah, they're doing a Cabal box set. It's actually an Amazon exclusive. It went up yesterday. They actually had some problems with it because they mispriced it, and then they had to get Amazon to fix the price on it.
I do like this Doom reskin, or this Doom.
It's a good Doctor Doom. If you like cloth goods, like, it's cool. Like, I mean, I honestly, Doctor Doom is one of those characters that canonically I have no problem ever collecting multiples of, because if you ever grew up reading Doctor Doom's, like every time the Fantastic Four is about to stop him or they beat him, then they take the mask off and, oh damn, it's a Doom bot. You know what I mean? Like he's got a bunch of them. He's got a bunch of Doom bots always running around pretending to be Doctor Doom. So as long as the Marvel Legends line has been going, you know that I generally replace my old characters, like anytime they make a new toy, I go and sell the old one, not Doctor Doom's. I've kept every
single Doombot head too.
I know he does. I've kept every Doctor Doom I've ever gotten. So when I see this, I'm like, cool, another Doctor Doom. I'm fine with that. It's a cool cape. The next one, they redid Taskmaster with butterfly joints and a few more accessories. He's got like a quiver on his back, so he can do the Hawkeye thing. And he's a competent looking Taskmaster. I'm not gonna lie. It's a weird costume. It doesn't age well, I think, this costume. But
is it a plastic?
It's giving me like that. He's giving off that Skeletor vibe right now.
Yeah. It's a little weird, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. And then lastly, this is actually from a very specific time. The Cabal is from a very specific point in the comic books in the mid 2010-ish, 2010 range, where Norman Osborn became the head of Hammer, which is like a division of S.H.I.E.L.D. that he created. And he basically inherited S.H.I.E.L.D. And the first thing he did from Tony Stark, the first thing he did was go and invade the armory, and he just took one of Tony Stark's suits and they repainted it to look like an American flag, and he started calling himself the Iron Patriot, and that is the mother of all rebrands. He went from the Green Goblin to this, and it's a cool figure. They've made it once before. It was way smaller back in the day, so this is appropriately scaled, and it actually comes with a Norman Osborn head. So
with really the cool. Waves.
With the waves, yeah.
Are those waves? Because that's what I was gonna comment on. Like
his hair's always been an anomaly.
Is it a wave? Is it cornrows? You white partner. Like, why are you rocking cornrows? I don't understand. the whole.
It's just the perm, man.
The Osborn family hairdo.
The Osborn, yeah. Like, what's going on with they dudes, man, for real.
Maybe they got black in their blood.
Make it stop.
Make it stop.
Make it stop, man.
But I'll give you this. You know it's Norman Osborn when you see it, though, right?
You do. Like, and if it is Waves, how come you never see that cat with a do-rag? You ain't never seen him with a do-rag. Keep it real.
The panel you wanted, like
yeah,
Spider-Man
I
walking
do.
in on Norman.
I do.
We're gonna draw that one for
With the Green Goblin, with a do-rag.
I mean, that is a do-rag.
He kind of has a do-rag.
I'm willing to bet you. I'm willing to bet you that you can Google that probably, and if someone has thought of this.
Isn't the Green Goblin mask kind of a do-rag?
I don't think you know how black hair works, Dennis.
No, I'm saying it's tied back, like it's hanging off the back, and you could make an argument. You could make an argument.
It'd be a wrong argument, but you can make an argument.
You sound like a senator right now.
I could be a senator right now. Well, then don't get the fucking figure. There you go. That's how that works.
Okay. I wasn't on the precipice.
All right, cool.
Okay.
I like it. It's a cool set of figures, and that's what we got for. That's another part of the 85th anniversary collection that they've been putting out all year long. So that'll be out in September.
Get your orders in now.
Yeah. Sponsored by Hasbro and Amazon
and CBS.
Yeah, we already did that one. What do you got?
I think we're ready for the spotlight.
All right, let's do it.
Deadpool 2.
Sound more excited about it.
Deadpool 2.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Who directed Deadpool 2?
David Leitch, the man who directed all the John Wick movies and Nobody, Bullet Train, The Fall Guy, like what's the Santa Claus movie? The one with David Harbour.
Oh gosh.
Like naming movies I'm not watching.
It was good though.
Violent Night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Violent Night. Yes. All excellent movies, and this movie is honestly just one of his many great action movies, like, as far as I'm concerned. They had creative differences with the director of Deadpool 1, Tim Miller. Ryan Reynolds had creative differences, and so they're like, you know what, you're out. And next thing you know, they just brought in a very competent action movie director. And to me, honestly, what this tells me, like time and time again, is that Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds' baby. Like, it's his. This is his thing. He is very precious about it, and he's always the person in charge of these movies. And so I like that. And I liked it in Deadpool 3. I think David Leitch wasn't like going to be available or something, or maybe it's just that he wanted to take it in a different direction. Ryan Reynolds chose the director for that one too. So he's trying to pick people that celebrate they get it, and also make him look good doing it. You know what I mean? And I think he's great at it. I think he's excellent at it. But he also brings along his wacky little cast of characters from the first movie, right? You get every single character that was his supporting cast from the first movie gets brought back, right? We get Blind Owl, we get Dopinder, we get Weasel, we get Vanessa, even though she gets fridged at the beginning of the movie. I know that's one of the complaints about this movie.
Big beast, yeah.
But it's, it is what it is. It's kind of central to the plot of the movie. So it's a weird thing to argue, because Vanessa dies at the beginning, and then he gets all depressed. He wants to kill himself. And then next thing you know, circumstances, he ends up in prison. He ends up in prison with some kid, and Cable shows up from time traveling. And wackiness ensues. Next thing you know, X-Force is getting made. 5 seconds later, X-Force is dying spectacularly. And then, it all culminates in a big, giant battle with the Juggernaut at an orphanage for special kids that's run by a ton of pedos, apparently.
Where they stick voltage up the Juggernaut's ass.
They do, and then miraculously, Deadpool takes Cable's time travel machine and retcons the past, all of the X-Men universe, basically. Yeah.
Pretty much,
yeah. That was a good summary of the movie, I think.
It was.
Thanks, appreciate it. Now tell me why you don't like this movie, Ricky.
Why don't I like? I think I've said it before. I don't. Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is 30-70 for me, man, on what hits and misses. And I'm mature enough to recognize that this is a me thing. I don't like soup. I don't go around judging people that like soup.
You do judge soup, though. You say it's a C tier food.
Soup fucking sucks.
You are eating the wrong soup, sir.
Can I say, like, I feel you, Ricky. Like, you're basically saying, I'm not here to yucky yum.
Yeah.
But and the only reason I get it is because Robin Williams. Like, for some reason, people think that cat is funny, and he's not to me. Right? He is a great serious actor, though. I dig him in serious roles.
Serious actor, though.
But
right?
but like, he can just be in his like manic stage, or like, seriously, and everyone's going ha 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 ha, and I'm like, dude, like, seriously, could you like stop trying to be funny? It's not funny. And so, like, I feel you on that level. Like, and maybe that's how you feel about Ryan Reynolds in that comedy, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the action's fine. The other stuff that happens in the movie, I think it's great. Like, it's just the comedy for me doesn't hit. And I'll even lean to believe that maybe I'm not a big Deadpool fan. But that doesn't mean like I'm gonna like diss him. Like,
hate life.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Whatever. It's a cool action movie. There's a
that
Juggernaut
that you don't like. You did start this before we recorded by saying, I don't like this movie.
I don't.
But y'all, it's a cool action movie that I don't like.
I say this as we just got tickets to go see the next one.
I know, right?
Think about it. I always think about Deadpool as this, like, this wish fulfillment on this grandiose level, right? Because it's clear that he is one of us, and he has made good. Okay. And he's like, I know what you want, and God damn it, I'm gonna give it to you, right? Yeah. And I'm like, thank you.
And the beginning of the movie is so hilarious.
It is
with the little Wolverine toy, like impaled on a tree, and he's like, "Fuck really? Wolverine."
Yeah,
really? Like, and he's all mad because, like, by the way, I started watching this movie the minute after I finished watching Logan a couple weeks ago. And
wow, nice.
And that joke hit harder for me than it's ever hit before, because that's how I felt about Logan, right? Like, and so I get it. Yeah, I get that not everything's your like everybody's flavor and stuff.
Like, I think the best parts of this movie are when they peel the layers on the MCU or whatever, the Fox universe at that present moment. The little extra characters, like, oh shit, that's a Mega Red in the background. But I think, to Travis's point, these movies came out before The Boys. And I think I get what people get out of Deadpool from that show in terms of, like, wish fulfillment on the what if this crazy shit happened, or what if this cool thing happened.
Yeah, but Deadpool did it first.
Yeah, I think The Boys does it better, but
I think it's not.
The Boys is doing something different.
It is different, but I think they're all in the same lane of, like, let's do those what ifs in your mind of, like, what would happen if this character did X, Y, or Z.
Fair enough.
Deadpool see, the difference is, it's like with the boys, you're playing with toys that like you made up like one day or
Yeah,
whatever,
exactly.
Yeah.
right?
You're playing with
Now,
the
Deadpool is playing with those toys that you never thought
exactly.
you'd get
No,
to play with.
That
You see what I'm saying?
the boys is those weird action figures you get at like Rite Aid.
the
Exactly.
You're like,
McDonald's
what?
toys.
Yeah, like no, even McDonald's toys are of a higher IP value.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the weird ones at like Rite Aid or like,
Yeah.
and you're like, what
The
is
boys
this
is
action
What?
figure?
the
Action
Master
homie
dude,
figures,
like Master Dude. Who is Master Dude?
action
Like,
guy. Who's this
get outta
guy?
here,
You know,
yeah.
like yeah.
Mega Blocks.
But I'm
Yeah.
not saying I dislike the boys. But that's kind of the charm of the comic and
Yeah.
No,
the
again,
shows
no.
is
Yeah.
they're doing the things that you're never allowed to do. But like the difference with Deadpool is like he's doing the things that you're not allowed to do in the Marvel universe.
Yes.
And that's what makes it so special. And that's
And
why people love his comics too, because he does the same stuff there as well. Like there's an entire run called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and it's hilarious. Obviously, the Marvel Universe is not dead, so like it's its own isolated story that just has fun doing stuff. And that's kind of what Deadpool does. But I think the bigger thing, the reason that we love it is because people like to toss around the term superhero fatigue all the time. And I don't think it's actually superhero fatigue. I think the fatigue comes from the serialized storytelling that we're required to be like caught up on all the time. But the difference is when you watch a Deadpool movie, you don't have to have seen 20 other movies to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, does it make the Logan joke funnier if you watch Logan? Yeah, but guess what? That's only one of 1 billion jokes in the movie. And that's, I've heard you make the complaint before that there's too many jokes. So like only like 2 out of every 5 or 7 land for you. But for me, I think the funny thing about it is like, I have a hard time rewatching most comedies or most horror movies because they're intrinsically built on the idea that they're going to shock you with something, right? They're going to shock you with a laugh or shock you with a scare. And once you know that laugh or that scare, it's really hard to enjoy most of them again. But I think the funny thing about Deadpool is because there's so many jokes, it's a machine gun fire of jokes that you can't catch them all the first time you watch it because you're laughing so hard or the theater's laughing so hard. So like Travis, you were saying this is only your second time watching it. You caught jokes you didn't catch the first time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you were
Yeah.
describing exactly what I meant. Is that I like that's like these rewards are like hiding in plain sight, which is what's so cool. Is that you like you don't have
Very
to
dense.
you don't have to get it. You don't have to get it, but when you do, you're like, damn, like you really thought about that, right? Like, and that to me is like rewarding that geek dedication, that it goes that deep, where you can make literally like trivia games off of this forever.
Yeah, it's true. And the crazy part is like it's feeding so many geek layers at the same time because like
Yes.
for me watching this movie again, this is probably like the 3rd or 4th time I've ever watched this movie. But it was the first time I realized, shit, this movie has all of Rob Liefeld's creations in it.
Yes.
Like it's got every single one of his Marvel characters that he made for Marvel in this movie.
Yep.
Like it's got Deadpool, Cable, Domino, and Shatterstar.
Yeah.
He made all of them.
Yeah.
And he drew all of their feet badly.
Yes.
And they make a joke about that.
Yeah.
And Rob Liefeld loves that joke. Like he's gone on record as saying that that's like one of his favorite jokes in this movie.
Well, because it's true. He really
It's
can't draw feet.
It's true. He can't. But yeah, no, Domino is like is so awesome in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think the idea that she has to argue that luck is a power.
It's a superpower.
Like, I mean,
I feel like it is.
I think it was the director that he did an interview where her power set on screen is basically inspired by Final Destination.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
nice,
the
nice.
opposite of Final Destination, right?
It's like a good thing just happens at the end.
yeah,
But it was
Yeah.
like her stuff was really cool, and I thought going that route with her was like brilliant.
yeah.
'Cause
When
all her,
what is it? She falls out of the orphanage at one point, and she literally just kind of puts her hands behind her head as if she knows she's going to land on something soft. You know what I mean? She just trusts her powers so much that instinctively she's always chill. She's always chill, and it's so good. It's a little different than the Domino I'm used to in the comics, but I appreciate it for the tone of this movie. You know, like it works.
Yeah.
In the comics, she's just Cable's right hand, like best soldier, basically. You know, like she is the other killer besides Cable and stuff. And that's the other funny thing is, like, in the comics, Cable makes X-Force. You know what I mean? Like, that's his team. But not here. This is Deadpool's wacky team, and it's got so many cameos through this whole movie, but most of them are like, I forgot Terry Crews was in this movie, man.
Yep.
I totally did.
Me too.
And
Me
I smile every time I see Terry Crews. I just love that man so much. I forgot that Pennywise the Clown
Bill
is in this
Skarsgård,
movie. Bill Skarsgård is in this movie, and he's also awesome. You know, like he has a very small amount of time in this movie, but it's so good. It's so good. I can't handle the amount of funny, like, things that are in this movie. So I'm just kind of curious, like, what were your highs? Like, what were your favorite parts for both of you guys?
in terms of funny or just in general,
Whatever.
I like Juggernaut. Am I bummed he wasn't in a orange Juggernaut suit? Yes.
Well, Juggernaut doesn't dress in orange,
or whatever his brown or whatever his poop color is.
It's maroon.
I could be colorblind. You don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we just found out. But Juggernaut's cool. Seeing a redemption on Juggernaut, and he does Juggernaut things, and that was cool. That was cool to me. That's enough for me.
Can I just tell you, my favorite thing about Juggernaut is when they cut back to him in Fire Fist and they're walking up to the orphanage, and they're in the middle of a conversation about Charles Xavier, and the kid's like, so he's your brother? And he's like, yeah, but he's in a wheelchair, so even Stevens. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so good. Because in that one moment, they made this hilarious, super inappropriate joke, but also established the real canon that he is Charles Xavier's half brother.
Yeah. I was doing some Juggernaut research before the show. He is the half brother, and Juggernaut's also not a mutant.
Correct. He has his magic is actually. So you remember in Infinity? Yeah, you remember in Infinity War when Doctor Strange creates all those red bands?
Yes.
And wraps them around Thanos?
Yes.
Those are the crimson bands of Sitarak. That's that's a spell. Sitarak is an actual being, like a godly being. And in the comics, Juggernaut discovers the gem of Sitarak, which imbues him with impervious powers and strength. And
does that put the helmet on him, or he just adds the helmet?
I don't remember canonically how it came first, but the helmet is basically meant to serve the same purpose as Magneto's helmet, which is to keep his brother from,
blowing him up,
getting in there. Yeah.
So why is that beef with the X-Men then?
He hates his brother. He resents his brother.
Okay.
Because Dad always liked Charles more, and that's it. It's that simple. He's just a dumb bully. He's just always been a dumb bully.
Juggernaut, bitch.
But that's what I love is, like, yeah, but he's in a wheelchair, so even Stevens. Like, he thinks that's an even punishment for, like, that's it's so good. It's so good. I love it. But Travis, what about you?
It was just the meta-ness of it all, to be honest with you. Like once again, like I said, all those jokes that reward your level of geekdom, for me, were were there. Like I said, Rob Liefeld not being able to draw feet, like him being going back, like all the way out of the MCU into the DCU, into the real life, and shooting himself in the head before he actually did the Green Lantern movie. Like, I was like, holy shit, man, that's meta, right? So
what about
that
referring
part
to
was cool.
what about referring to Josh Brolin as both One-Eyed
Oh,
Willie
Thanos, yeah.
and Thanos? Yeah.
Yeah, so so that's what I mean is that just time and time again, over and over again, this movie is just paying you dividends for being a nerd,
Yeah.
and and I appreciate that at like so much, and so yeah, so that overall vibe was cool, but and I wanted to say this because I know we're getting tight on time. You know what's gonna happen. There's going to be a fastball special in this next movie. It's going to happen. Colossus has to be in this movie. And there's no way you're going to have Colossus and Wolverine in a movie and not have a fastball special.
I really hope so. Yeah.
Dude, come on.
Is that the team?
Like,
I thought the fastball special was the Hulk with
No.
No,
it's Colossus, and it's an X-Men move. Yeah, it's Colossus.
Yeah, and there is, dude.
In fairness,
I'm
they
putting
did
this-
do
I'm-
it. They did do it in X3, but it was
I'm putting this out there. I'm putting this out there. It is a fail on this next movie if there's no fastball special.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, baby, because there's no way. Like, they can give you so many different Easter eggs and all this other kinds of stuff and not have a fastball special in this.
I mean, like, honestly,
I defy you.
Colossus was
Ryan.
one of my favorite parts of the first movie. And so he's a joy to watch in the second movie because, like, they get him to say fuck, and that's really hilarious. But he made me so joyful because he was the first time I'd seen an X-Men like really like 100% accurately portrayed in these movies. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so, yeah, I feel you. I see how, like, if you're going to keep giving us this level of quality Colossus, you should probably give us the Thing that he's, pretty famous
Or fail.
Yeah. I don't want to, but I have a hard time believing that I'm going to leave the theater angry if it doesn't happen, though.
I will be angry.
I'm going to be pissed. That's what this show is built on, Travis.
I'm seriously, I'm going to be angry. And the reason is because you have made 2 movies that have served up the fans in such unbelievable ways. For you to miss at that level is negligence.
Well, I will say, if we want to
negligence,
if we're already nitpicking like things that could potentially happen,
negligence.
I'm kind of bummed at the possibility that there's no Cable in the next movie.
He's fine. He's the weakest part of this movie.
I love him in this movie. I think he's a great character. I think he serves up Cable. He serves up Cable like through the whole damn movie.
Is he better than 97 Cable?
I mean, 97 Cable doesn't do a lot in that movie. All right, he doesn't. But you know what I was really excited to see is there's a moment in the prison where Cable actually, I didn't notice it the first time I watched the movie, or the several times. He uses telekinesis to bring the gun back to himself. And I was like, oh, that's cool. They just did a little bit, because he uses it very sparingly, but I like that. That was cool. I'm not going to say he's better or worse than the Cable in the show. I just think he's Cable. Like, when I watch him, the only thing he's not is as tall as Cable, which Ryan Reynolds also makes fun of, and so that's good. I'm good with that, just like I'm good with X-Force dying because they're silly and stuff. So, but I'm glad we talked about this. I'm glad we liked it. I think it got us all hyped for the next one. So thanks.
With that, true believers, enough said.